Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bring It On. I'm gonna try talking to Durance real quick.
If doubts and curiosity play, I suspect the answers will seed more.
Yeah.
Alright, then we're actually gonna take Durance out of our
You
party
walk your path, I'll walk mine.
and bring Adair instead. We need to find a tavern in Twin Elms for him to drink at. I can't get rid of the rest of the party members because Kana has a soulbound weapon we're grinding. Same with Devil Croc. Same with Hravius, and he has a quest in Twin Elms, or that area. Talgina has a quest. Yeah, Durance is the other one that we didn't have anything to do. We do still have his quest, but we have currently exhausted all of his dialogue options.
This place always so green?
It did happen. The warrior saw the strange man break into Tir Evron. How could the Estremor intruder sneak over grounds of Elms Reach? Over the grounds. And talk to them? Oh, I can. I assure you, they saw the man break into Tir Evron. An Orlan dressed in thick furs appears immersed in conversation. He locks his hands together to emphasize his point. I speak true. He commanded strange powers, they claim. An elven woman lifts her eyes from her furry companion and nods in your direction. Another foreigner. Did he look like this one? The Orlan turns around.
What brings you here?
What is it, Estremor? What's Tir Evron? Tir Evron has stood since the time of the Builders, and it will stand long after we're all gone. Yes, the tower stands strong, and the gods live within its sacred hall. It's no place for unclean souls, or foreigners. You said the gods live in Tir Evron. How is that possible? The mysteries of our ancestors are not for every foreigner to understand. In Twin Elms, in the temples of the Builders, the gods commune with us. Be sated in knowing this truth. Tell me about the man you speak of. A strange man, a foreigner, broke into Tir Evron, the tower under the giant elms. Estremoran cannot walk the grounds of Elms Reach. Why was he allowed to pass? This one was unseen. He wielded a strange power we now know. Goodbye. Loop around this way first. The water is cool and crisp. Merla. The Glenfathan witch sold me useless twigs and herbs. She take me for a fool. This will not stand. I have been swindled, and Alari will pay for what she did. Celestial sapling. She'll pay. That witch, she'll... Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Valian merchant aims his wild ran at you as you approach. You there. Have you come here to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere. Spittle accents his every sentence. Liars, cheats, swindlers. That duplicitous jerk, Alari. She claimed to be selling Alard Golub flower buds. All I have now is 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless. He throws a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves, kicking up pungent, savory scents. I'll get my money back from that swindling savage. But what is a Lard Gola? Renato's rage abates for a moment, and his face twists into a nervous smile. A Lard Gola is a plant that grows in the jungles of Ir Glonfoth. He clears his throat, lowering his voice. When dried and consumed or brewed into a tea, it's known to enhance one's drive for the better pleasures in life. You test the remedy on yourself. Renato fidgets in place, his hand smoothing the creases in his tunic. How can I sell a remedy I have not tested? Of course I tried the herb. Imagine what would happen if I peddled this pale imitation. Renato clears his throat. His voice grows quiet. The herb did not have its intended effect. The only thing it made hard was not vomiting. Let me see what you have for sale. Renato looks away from you, scratching his neck and shifting his feet. I am destitute, and but a few meager offerings left to sell. How dreadfully embarrassing. If I can recover my investment from Alari, I have funds to resupply my stores. Until then, you're welcome to take a look at what I still have in stock.
Greetings.
Renato rubs a dried leaf between his fingers, inspecting the herb with a scowl. As you approach, he looks his eyes on you. You there, friend. Have you reconsidered helping me? I am without friends in this city. I've read all that before. What did Alari say when you confronted her? Nothing of substance, he quickly mutters. She defended herself, of course, saying the herbs are legitimate. Why wouldn't she lie? No one will value my word over hers. He spits on the ground. Alari can lie with impunity when surrounded by her gangs of savage thugs. What do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about at the nearby Glonfothan guards. I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against hers. Where does that leave me? I'd be a fool to threaten her here, on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing on his temples. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin. I am powerless to confront Alari. I don't suppose... He looks at you, sizing you up. If you are willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would, of course, pay you handsomely for your troubles. I will see what I can do.
Yeah.
The poison struts disappear into the branches of a massive elm, more than 100 feet overhead.
Laying low.
You want up? I pull. Not yet.
Slowly now.
The stones have been worn smooth by centuries of wind and rain. I don't have the key to enter this building yet. I wasn't trying to leave, I just wanted to expand my map. The guard places a spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gates. Still Estremor. The rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Anamfatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. How do I get permission from one of the Anamfatha? He grudgingly points to a long hut in the middle of the district. You can always find one of the Anamfatha in the Passage of the Six. Perhaps Anamenfoth, Bethel, will listen, if she can tolerate your barbaric language.
Huh?
Do not try my patience, Estramor. You shall not pass without the permission of the Anamfatha. I'm not trying to. I just want to take a look. Gonna make it easier to travel later. Oh, that's a description back here. Despite its apparently crude construction, the angles of the sod roof are perfectly symmetrical. It hums and vibrates at the activity within.
Keeping quiet.
The pedestal's shadow creeps around the dais. No, Samak's hearth would not have warmth for the foster child. Watch your words. Samak is an Anamfoth. To your heart, sisters. Eridim's child is safe with him. Live in peace. Will never submit to Estramoran. Seeds and husks have been scattered across the floor.
If you say so. Got it done.
The edge of the shelf is daubed with bird lime.
Keeping quiet.
Pretty sure every single house we've been in has something hidden
I shall
somewhere.
be quiet as a calm sea,
But I guess not this
which
one.
is not very quiet.
Welcome to my home, Estramor. I am Lindsay, healer and guide. What brings you here? Tell me about yourself. The locals have called me a wise woman, in term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm an herbalist and healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children, and making remedies for those in pain. I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does, she blushes. I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and rather silly. The short version is Beaker. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I have will be named after an Anamfoth. I should be going.
Right.
Jerk. Over here minding my own business.
Eyes open.
Keeping quiet.
Spread across a lumpy pallet of straw, the hide blankets are surprisingly soft. The dried herbs crunch between your fingers, giving off a sweet floral aroma. An old elven woman stands tall and proud, surrounded by Glenfathan warriors that study your every move. You speak on Renato's behalf, I presume. I know he would convince someone to do his bidding. I did not suspect it would be the Estramor involved in all the chaos at Defiance Bay. She tilts her head to the side and blinks slowly. Does the presence of my armed entourage concern you? You were expecting a defenseless shopkeeper, am I right? Well, no, Renato did say that you had a bunch of people with you. Alari raises her dye-stained hand, just as one of her guards begins to lurch forward. Stillness, she barks at her attendant. Give the Estremor a chance to speak. We're not dear wooden beasts. Here, hospitality reigns. Alari nods to you, holding up an open hand, her palm and fingers covered in blue and green dye. Envoy of the Valian, speak the message you were sent to deliver. I want to hear your side of the story. The first step of any sensible path, she muses, scratching her chin. Renato did purchase from me several bushels of Alari Gola, and for it, he paid a high price, but did so willingly, saying it was a bargain, price he handed me his copper. It was after our trade that the Valian spit his venom. Alari's voice grows angry. Renato accused me of trickery, of fraud, claiming I delivered withered likeness of Alari Gola, and not the genuine root. Such nerve, for in truth, it is beyond the help of Alari Gola. She holds a blue-dyed finger in the air, before curling it down slowly, smiling as she does. Renato's old bow isn't firm enough for a full draw. No amount of Alari Gola will give him a spear of a young hunter. A fair deal was made, and now Renato objects, angry that his withered family plow is beyond herbal remedies. She shakes her head, her voice becoming a growl. I have never sold anyone a remedy I knew to be false. If Renato does not silence his slanderous tongue, we will do it for him. What kind of punishment do you have in mind for Renato? Renato has slandered his host, making him no longer a guest. The merchant must vanish from the Twin Elms. She crosses her arms under the sleeves of her robe. The Confronting hospitality must be observed, always. He is to be given a chance to leave on his feet before he bleeds on his back. Deliver in our name a warning. Tell Renato that if he does not leave, he will be accused of conspiring to pilfer Gwithan relics from our lands. He won't risk a trial by the Council of Anamfatha. Alari draws a small wooden cage from the folds of her robe. If he won't listen, then his faulty member will end in a cage, just like this black beetle. Food for our birds. Unfortunately, I do have to try and get his money, because that's what I agreed to do. I'm here for Renato's money. The old woman smiles at you with a tilted eyebrow. Of course. What else did the Estremoran value more than coins? Out of the folds of her robe, she produces a small root and holds it beneath her nose, inhaling its fragrance. The Fisher Crane tribe has courted the soil for generations. Does Renato believe these herbs grow like weeds? Without our efforts, without toil. Alari smashes the plant stalk between her palms, adding streaks of rusty orange to the blue and green dyes already soaking her hands. The deal has been done. Renato has the spoils of our harvest. We cannot reunite the Valian with this coin, any more than we can put the Alari Gola leaves back on the stem. Tell Renato that he must accept the consequences of the deal that he negotiated. If he continues to mule false tears of indignation, we'll show him how petulant children are disciplined. Okay. I don't want to handle this. I'm trying to think of a loophole. So I say I went and spoke to her about it, because I never said I was going to, kill her and take the money. But they have threatened his life. They're going to say that he's trying to steal Gwithan artifacts, which is a death sentence. So at the very least, we should deliver that warning, right?
Sure.
Let's see where we go from there. Also, we can't risk killing somebody in Twin Elms when we need to be here for our quest.
Sure.
So I did agree to help him. I have personal matters I have to attend to as well. Which... getting Gold Pack Knight is hard, man.
How do you do?
Renato smiles broadly, throws his arms in the air at your arrival. My friend, welcome back. Have you recovered my coin? Alari gave me this beetle in a cage for you. She said your problem would end in the same place if you continue your stay in Twin Elms. Renato's face turns bright red at the sight of the gift. Insufferable witch. You can shove that beetle in her fetid mating hole. Gesticulating with every word, spit flies from Renato's mouth as his voice grows louder. Her and her face-painting thugs will pay for this insult. He reaches out to strike the cage... This is out twice. He reaches out to strike the cage out from your hands. Ignore Renato's feeble attack. You step into Renato's punch. The merchant's fist strikes your solid body, the cracking of finger bones. Medicho. The Valian merchant shouts at the top of his lungs. Savage, filthy animals. This darn city will burn. Hear a whistling sound from nearby. I'll kill you. Renato's voice gurgles mid-sentence. The tip of an arrow, gleaming red, protrudes from his throat. The merchant quivers in a quick spasm, flailing his arms. He drops to his knees, spurts of blood flowing down his chest. You look up and notice a Confronting archer approaching the scene.
Huh?
It is not our custom to tolerate squabbles between Estremoran. Now it just begins to turn around, but her face lingers in your direction. The faint semblance of a smile crosses her lips. I'm sure you understand. Before you can reply, she walks away, moving with confident strides. Renato's arms twitch a final spasm as the merchant expires in a bloody, crumpled heap.
Yeah.
Well, he died anyway. I just wanted to give him a heads up, because even if he got his money back, there's a very good chance he would have been accused of trying to steal Ankwithan relics and killed. I'm sure he'd want to know that.
Need something?
Or at least would had anyway.
Huh?
You're welcome into our hearth. What news do you bring? Renato won't trouble you anymore. He's dead. Dead. Alari's eyebrow raises. Her posture stiffens. I'm not surprised, given his behavior thus far, but the death of a Valian merchant could bode poorly for trade. Reaching into her robes, Alari produces a small pouch. Still, the matter is settled, and Renato no longer darken our market. Here is your payment for services rendered. Travel safely, Estremor.
Huh?
Oh, I just realized the quest name was called Hard Bargain. I also have to consider ruining relations with the various factions as Lord of Cadnua. A tabby cat snaps out of its placid stupor as you approach. It opens its eyes wide, following your every step, before trotting to your side to rub against your legs. Oh, I see the tiny beetle one. Do we get that from Alari? Yep. It's Tiny Beetle. The small beetle gleams like a gem. Its manifold segmented legs tap rapidly, along as it struggles to keep pace. An orange tabby cat. This fluffy orange tabby cat looks alertly about the room, tail twitching. It wears a small collar, upon which is inscribed the name Pumpkin in careful letters. It's hard to swap out for another pet, considering... Oh, he is really tiny. Look at him. Since Console Hots has a ability.
Huh?
Let's see what we got.
Slowly now. Eyes open.
Like Hearthsong Market.
Laying low. Keeping an eye out.
Alright, let's head to the market. And I guess we'll begin exploring that area next time. A heavy, oily scent emanates from the hides. The fine-grained wood of the shields has been polished to a smooth, even finish. Ripe and juicy, the fruits give slightly under your thumb. Alari's here now. The musk of strange roots and herbs pervades these shelves. Alright, in the next one we will speak to the merchants and peruse their inventories. I'm sure there's plenty of unique items, flavor text we need to read. And after that we'll head to the Passage of the Six and see if we can't find the Anamenfoth. That's right. Anamenfoth and Anamenfoth. By the way, for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.